Seesaw is a platform for student engagement that inspires students of all ages to do their best and saves teachers time. Students use creative tools to take pictures, draw, record videos, and more to capture learning in a portfolio. Teachers find or create activities to share with students. Families only see their child's work and leave comments and encouragement. We are going to switch now to the demo, and we're going to create our Seesaw account and get started. To access Seesaw, I'm going to open up my Chrome browser and go to app.seesaw.me to create my account. Once the page loads, it'll give you a login page, and to create your teacher account, you want to click on the first option that says I'm a teacher. We're going to go ahead and create our account with the teacher sign in with Google, and we're going to use our district Google account. Once it loads, go ahead and select your district account. And here is the landing page. It will take you for your Seesaw page. As you can see on mine, I can click where it says Bhavani Patel, Teacher 9 classes. So these are previous classes I've taught. What we're going to do is we're going to start with creating a new class. This page is where we want to start creating our class. Go ahead and title your class. For today, I'm going to put Miss Patel's demo class. Next, go ahead and select the grade level you teach. I will use kindergarten for today. In Seesaw, this green circle with the check mark always means to go next or to submit. So we're going to click on that, and now it's going to be creating our class. As you land on the home page, you can see that there's a section that says Get Home Learning Codes, and this is where we'll get the codes to send to our parents. And as this is a new class, there's always little tidbits that Seesaw shares. So this one is Seesaw, explore how Seesaw tools work. There's a little intro video. This is the main home page, so you can see this is your teacher account. You have journal, activities, inbox, skills. The add section is where we can post to students' work, assign activities, or send announcements. And so what we'll do is next we'll go over classroom settings. Let's go over of how we're going to get our students enrolled. So in my class, there's a spot at the bottom where I can see families to invite them or students. When you see the plus icon, go ahead and click on that, and you'll see, do you want to sign into Seesaw using their Google account or email address? So for my kiddos, let's say I'm working with kindergartners, I'm going to say no. And then we have to pick between shared devices and one-to-one. And as the kiddos are home, we're going to pick one-to-one. Here is where I can add my student's name in or paste a list of students' names. So for today, I'm just going to add manually in a couple of names. Once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and click on the check mark. And so then you'll see that it comes up with how to get students signed in. And so there's directions right there. There's this code right here, which I don't recommend using right now, as that this code changes every hour. So I'm going to go ahead and just close this page out for now. Since we're doing distant learning, there's a new feature that they've added called Get Home Learning Codes. So I'm going to go to that section. You can see that I have multiple classes here. So we have to go through and find the class. So mine was Miss Patel's demo class. I'm going to do the selection of print codes. Now what that's going to do is that's going to generate a letter that goes home to the parents. So it'll say Miss Patel's demo class. The code expires after 90 days, usually instead of the 1 hour. Here are the teacher directions, more resources, and here's the letter that gets generated that we can send home. So this one, since I put in a few students, Amy's home learning code. So it tells them how to get to the website, what the next step is, so the parents can help troubleshoot with the students what the code is or the QR code. And if I keep scrolling, all of the students that I've added to my class all show up here as well. So an option to do this is to go ahead and to print these out for your parents and students. And if at the bottom, you can see that there's instructions in Spanish as well. So this is going to be the way we're going to share our codes with our kiddos. if we already don't have Seesaw set up. Now let's go over how to post for our students. So as a teacher, I have an icon that says add, and once I click on it, I have several options where I can post student work, I can assign an activity, I can send announcements. So these are our three options, and so we're going to go ahead with send announcement. So on here, as you send something out to parents and students, you have the option, if you click on the drop-down menu, if you want to send it to your students, family members, or all students and family members. So as you can see, for this demo account, there's only 4 students I've put in, and we haven't invited parents yet. Once you have all your students enrolled and your parents have joined, then you can choose your selection. So for right now, let's say I'm just gonna send a message to my students. So I can go ahead and type in a message. And I can go ahead and type a little morning message or just a check-in message. I have the option to add attachment. So that pulls into the Seesaw platform, and you can choose to take a photo and drop that in, a drawing, a video in case you want to do like a morning message or something like that in a video recording. You can upload from your Google Drive. Here is the option I would definitely start with, is pushing out links. So if you wanted to push out links to specific websites, I would copy and paste them here. So if, for example, if I was going to do Starfall, I might go ahead and go to the actual Starfall website on my browser, and I select the website I want, I copy it, and I'll paste it here, and then I can click on the green check mark. That's always our way to go ahead and add something, and so then it kind of gives me a preview. I have the option at the bottom if I wanted to record something over, or if I wanted to type a caption over it as well. So if I want to give further direction, I'm able to do that here. When I'm ready, click on the green, and it goes ahead and it takes the text that I've started and attaches the link. And so think of the resources you want to share. Announcements is a great way to start, and I would press send now, and then that will show up in your stream as you have posted this. Next, I want to show you how you can post to students. So I'm going to go back to the same icon, the add icon. So go ahead and click on it, and this is post student work. So now this opens the platform for the different options, so drawing, photo, video, chain. So this is another way if I wanted to push out website links just to my students, I can post it this way. I want to show you a really neat one called drawing. So this opens this platform, and I can give assignments this way to kids, or just extra practice, better way to say it. So let's say I'm going to have them practice writing your numbers to 20. And I'm going to use this icon down here as the hand to move, and then I can alter how I want it to be. So maybe I want my students to practice writing their numbers 1 through 10. You can see that they'll have different options. They even have the text if they were going to type their numbers in, but just further options. So if I'm ready to post this as an extra activity for students to do, I'm going to click on the green check mark, and now I have where I can select. For example, if I have some students and I want to give them an option to do 1 through 10, I might select that. If I think all of my students can do 1 through 20, I would check on the All Students tab. And then again, same thing, always go to the green check mark, go ahead and submit it, and I'll upload it. So when the students go into their Seesaw, they'll have this assignment waiting for them right there. So again, that was how to post to student work. The next feature I want to show you is called activities. Same spot, we always start with the add, and this one is assign activity. Obviously, we know with the school closures, we're not requiring any activities, but here's some ideas for you to get kids to practice if they choose to. So this is the very cool part of Seesaw. If I go to community, and this is obviously built by other educators, there's a whole bank, a library of activities that are already pre-made. So you can go ahead and select your grade level, and we'll keep it with kindergarten since that's my demo today. Subject level, you can pick what you're looking for. So let's say I'm looking for an activity that's kindergarten level and it's English language learners. So then it goes through and there's a library full of activities built by teachers for kindergartners. So let's say, for example, I'm going to use Mrs. Cohen's. So word sorts, short A word families. So if I click on it, it gives me a preview of, okay, so I can tell what the activity is, that the kids are going to sort words based on the spelling pattern, the word family. So I have the option, and you can see that it has the directions of what they have. And the cool thing with Seesaw is there's directions where you can record yourself saying them, so it gives levels of access to our kids who are not able to read. I have these 3 little dots right here, and these are my options. So I can add it to my collection, I could copy and edit the activity, or I can share it or remove it. This is a great option because this allows me to take this template that's already built and make edits as I wish. And at the bottom, it also tells you what devices it is compatible with. So let's say I like it the way it is. All I have to do is click on Assign. Then it opens up all my classes. And if I'm going to assign it to my demo class, I just click on it. And at the bottom, Assign to one class. And then it basically goes through of how they can access this activity. And so this is a great feature to use if you're new with Seesaw and you're not sure of how to build the activities. This is a terrific portal to use. So again, and once I go back to my homepage, since I added it, it's right here. So once I have students in my class, they'll be able to interact and do this activity. If you wanted to invite your parents, you can go down to the section where it says Families and go ahead and click on that icon, and you have the students. So after you've input your students in, you have options to enter in their email or their phone number if you have that, and you can see that you can add additional family members. Or if you go to the top, you have print invites, and you can choose your language as well, and you can print invites and send them. Or if you're already using a LMS with your parents, there's a link that you can share. So if you wanted to put this on your class dojo to share with your parents or any means like that, you're more than welcome to. So that's one way we can go ahead and invite our families. So when we make our announcements and you're posting, then you can select if you want it to go to family members as well. The next section I wanted to show you deals with classroom setting. So I'm back on my home for my Seesaw page. This little icon right here, this wrench icon, is to manage your classroom settings, which can be changed anytime. From here, you can still invite students and families. You have the option to change your name, your theme, grade level. Here's the section where we can change if we need to, the sign in. Right now we're going to keep it as a class code for one-to-one devices. Here's another way to access the home learning student codes. Here's the section I want to point out. Students' likes and comments. So these are features that you can turn on and off, and you can enable if you would like students to comment. I recommend using new comments require approval. I necessarily wouldn't want maybe students to be talking to each other, especially if this is a platform they're not used to and I'm introducing it now. But again, your choice, as everything is a choice right now. You have more of approving items. Again, I do recommend keeping that on. Family access is still here. You can add folders, things like that. So just more options in your class setting. And if you need to archive the class or reset the codes, that's an option down here as well. This was just an overview of Seesaw. For further support, go ahead and go to our distance learning website. I'm going to open up and go to bit.ly/edtechpsusd. And this is a resource that the Tech TOSAs have created and curated. There's further support here. You can go to the menu, and if you click on tutorials and tools, you'll be able to see a section for Seesaw. We're also offering live support. So if you go down on the home page and go to Tech TOSA live support and click on that link, this is our schedule for elementary and secondary, and these are the times that we'll be hosting a Zoom link. So if you would like to get more one-on-one support from us, please go ahead and make sure you click on this link to go to this Zoom, And here are the dates that we are having it. So thank you for your time, and please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Thank you.